Hello and welcome to what will be affectionately known as the Dictator Variety Hour. You don't get to choose what's coming on. I have things of my own, and if you've clicked this video without actually reading the title, then what the hell is your YouTube habits? But welcome, because we're gonna go adventuring, and I hope you're hungry. There is a little bit more about this show which I know compared to other shows which I start. That being, well, it's hard to get away from some meme faces that get posted here and there. But I want to see what causes it, how we get there, what exactly is the premise of this whole world. But obviously, I hope you're here for the long run. If you're new to the channel, I watch anime. Hopefully for your enjoyment. There is full uncensored picture-in-picture version if you would like that. Fortunately, you now have to actually head on over to my Patreon to find it, but we should still have a fun time. So, strap yourselves in, get a drink, because we're going dungeon delving. And some dungeon meshi. Okay. Start with some world exposition and building. I mean, I like the kind of charcoal-esque pen and ink scratchiness of all of this. He had handed off what he needed to, no longer needed to be part of this world. But what a way to start off. We uncovered a new place of exploration. Found the ruler. He offed himself. Just glancing blows. It is a dragon after all. To be fair, I didn't expect such kind of animation work, and the emphasis on speed and the drawing lines and the like. I mean, maybe don't get distracted mid-fight with a dragon. Start thinking about lunch and the like. Time for breakfast. Was that magic or a fake out dream sequence? It actually just sent them off out the dungeon itself. She was eaten by a dragon. Let's get back in and save them. How exactly, if they've turned into dragon shit? They had no money, no food, no resignation. Well, at least they were kind enough to put in, notice about it. Any particular reason why they didn't all just up and leave? Well, actually having to budget correctly, weighing your life next to actually making a living. I mean, there's some advanced magic there. And if we've just in passing told that rejuvenation and reviving from shreds, you say, is possible, even if it's just a rumor. Then is death more of a suggestion in this world? They're willing for just have all their stuff sold. I like the somewhat medieval aspect music running in the background of all of this. Okay. I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but didn't they just worry about having money for equipment and food and the like? I do like that seems to be a de facto start of a D&D session kind of thing. They're just a couple of nobodies jumping into the dungeon. We just got a little backstory for it before, the dark and dangerous backstory that you write for your characters. Okay. I mean, I knew this was coming, but so soon. I mean, are monsters any different than... What was that? Oh no, there's the killer rabbit of Antonyok or whatever it was. There's a reason why they're eating monsters and down here. But yeah. If we can farm creatures and the like anyway, why not? Monsters is relatively the same. Just maybe not the carnivorous ones. They got far. Is that a... terrifying mushroom? And is he taking a bite already? Okay. Where did he get such a book? And are there subspecies, variations of this mushroom? It's a very one-dimensional meal. I mean, scorpion is just land seafood. Maybe. Here lies the Klaust family, and they're just using it as a pub table. Huh. Actually, kind of resourceful, and I like the exposition while mixed in with showing what he's doing here. I mean, safer than sticking your arm in there. I mean, I don't sense any... He wasn't trying to deny that idea. Please don't eat the Medusa. Or do, just don't let me watch. I mean... Are they going to get a crowd gathering round to join in on this hot pot? Going against the grain? I mean, isn't that why it looks like food? Everything looks like food if you're hungry enough. I mean, it's venomous, not poisonous. This is going to be a long journey. I mean, if you're going to do it properly. And that is one hell of a knife. I mean, it's good to have a proper gourmand here. Okay, yeah, it is actually like seafood. You might want to wash them, though. Okay, yeah, he just carries a wok around with him. Some freshness. You know, get some herbs. What about zing? Where's the citrus? Just adds to the flavour. Nothing wrong with a little corpse starch. The cemetery is taking its vengeance. First death. I guess in a world where you can be revived and the like, would you actually take notice of each and every death? Slime core. Ah. Anal vent. Not so subtly telling her to shut the fuck up. There's the citrus. And a bit of lemon. However, they don't have the luxury right now. Here's one I made earlier. Here's one that he made earlier. Oh my god. I do like his design, the fact that his mustache goes over his helmet strap. You're going to gloss over that fact? And I knew... soy sauce? And I knew this was going to be more of a cooking show than dungeon exploration and the like, but... doesn't actually look too bad. But is everyone else just trying not to pay attention to them? I didn't see any salt or anything, unless I missed it. They are learning a whole bunch of culinary delicacies down here. Is the very limit of gastronomic experimentation going to be pushed? Looks like slime, yeah. Is it just going to be noodles? Can it be had cold as part of a breakfast or a dessert? Huh, so it's the leaves. I feel like she is going to be the butt of many a joke. I'm here for it. Have they forgotten? Well, obviously they need to stop for lunch and whatnot, but have they forgotten the reason here is to rescue his sister before she gets digested? Chilchuck. Is he wondering about his next dish? Okay. Ah, well, that adds to the possibility of success on this mission. And does he take anything for payment? Get in my belly. I mean, if you're just eating monsters out in the dungeon, you don't know what they have been feasting upon, so best not to think about it. But yeah, I do like the story of the trees grow upside down or whatever. Huh. Are we actually going to get an explanation of this dungeon? Kind of like Maiden Abyss kind of thing. It's going to keep it all just kind of obscure. Just a random curse made this place. Is it time for reminiscing already? I was going to say, do they have Tupperware or anything? She has more of a refined palate. I'm not sure you can get such cuisine out here. She's going to regret those words. I mean, is there anything edible on living armor? Yeah, I did mention it, didn't I? At least make it somewhat edible. Without having to worry about their sentience and the like. A nice reference to folklore and also far-fetched. Whoever scored the music for this is interesting because it builds and whatnot, much like a old Tom and Jerry episode. And what they're actually called is that mouse about to regret its existence? Huh. Interesting. Doesn't actually consume them itself, but making its area more more nutritious. Surprised there hasn't been a evolutionary adaptation in our world that does that kind of thing. I mean, we've seen various carnivorous plants in one form or another. Time for the battle music. Time for a show of power. Hopefully it's not going to be one of those shows. Be careful with your aim. Oh. He had accepted his fate. I think the less she knows about this, the better. Okay, really didn't expect a lot of this. It's ecology of the world and the like. Root stem. How much of a concussion is she going to get? Right. Is she going to have to get checked out for any implantations now? No music, no nothing, almost as if everything just cut out. It's like, no, I'm done, I'm going home. Even the animation quality went down the drain a little. Okay. Why was his horn wobbling with that? Are they making some sort of pie with this? I mean, this is like near the surface, isn't it? You can always hunt some more. It's like fucking Monster Hunter cooking. Who is a tart? Huh. So a savoury, almost quiche type thing. They can get a different type of dish from it. He's dissatisfied with his cooking there. Could always be better. Be upped slightly. Is she going to slowly come around to the idea of feasting down here? And I know I mentioned about Monster Hunter cooking and whatnot, but oh, that was that face. But kind of like Monster Hunter, I like how the world seems to fit each of the monsters and their adaptations suit their environment that they live in. And it's telling us in much the same here. Do they have a way to revive him? She can do that? Just leave him here. That seems a little off. Yeah. They actually just left him there. Alright. Yeah, it's probably the corpse out of her window. And yeah, I think we don't need to hear Dungeon Meshi any more than that. But the fact that his sister is seemingly on that food tree. What is this direction for the ending? Some Attack on Titan bullshit. Interesting previsualization of characters yet to be shown or announced. And how long is she going to actually have to be, waiting inside the gullet of a dragon for them? Interesting designs for a few of them. Yeah, on the surface, really dumb show, just cooking show in the dungeon. There's a bunch of kind of reaction bullshit going on, but surprisingly more in depth than I would have ever given it credit for to begin with. I'm going to admit, I already heard people saying that this is somewhat entertaining. I assumed it was because dumb fun. Obviously, a few screenshots that I've seen have, yes, mainly her face and various states of unamusement, maybe. But the fact that it's already we're not being slowly eased into it. Here's a dungeon, appeared out of nowhere, don't really know much about it, but you want to know all about the monsters and its local flora and fauna? Probably a lot more than you ever thought necessary. You're in the right place. How each of the monsters thrive off of one another. And other than the glitz and glamour of exploring the unexplored and maybe treasure along the way, what is the reason for a lot of people coming down here, if it's not to rescue lost loved ones and the like? I'm guessing it was because of that, now dust ancient king about the kingdom down here, so probably better than the topside world. We don't know much about that one. But do we want to ask the questions where I've been down here gathering research and information about cooking for 10 years. Dungeon's only been here 6, so don't question that further than you have to. Excuse me. Good thing that he was nearby as well. Such a lifelong friend and personal chef to appear right at the beginning of their adventure back down into the dungeon. Laos? Human fighter. Marcel? Something like that. Elven mage. Chilchuck. Halfling thief and rogue. These really is kind of standard classes, aren't they? And if I'm going to make that kind of Dungeons & Dragons comparison, is it going to be a lot of standardized tropes and the like in here, just mixed with a lot of dumb humor and exploration? And food? I wouldn't be disappointed if it was. But as someone that hasn't actually had any seafood, let alone scorpions, I'm not sure I gained a lot out of some of the recipes here. Are they somewhat compatible? But if the whole idea of the quest is to go back down, rescue his sister before, obviously, digestion occurs, sure, the time span is increased a bit thanks to not knowing a little bit about the dragon's biology. As long as it's sleeping, it takes longer to digest, so you'd be good for a month or so. It does seem as though their expedition is more of a reason to go shopping for their next meal rather than an actual rescue expedition. But if itself isn't taking it too seriously, then I think I don't have to really go looking for a deeper meaning. Some of the creature designs, like the walking mushroom, obviously it's not the first time I've seen something like that. I have played Dark Souls after all. But fun to see, especially when you got the difference in, maybe not levels and skill, whatever, but base knowledge. Ah, it's a monster, run away. Okay, a singular strike to the cranium. Down you go, fungi. I kind of would have liked to start, off fresh down at the beginner, trying to work out the dungeon. But it would take forever that way. So mid-rank adventurers, or at least high-ish rank, they did get to a red dragon after all. Stopping once in a while to refresh their supplies and a tasty meal along the way. We've had hot pot, tart. What next? A curry? I'm actually being impressed by some of the ingenuity on display with this. My own personal cooking has taken a bit of a tumble just due to personal laziness and not going out shopping for ingredients. So maybe you'll get a few dashes of inspiration from all of this. But promising first episode. Kind of intrigued to see where it's all going to go from here, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If I entertained you, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out future episodes. And also you can join onto my Discord if you haven't already for links to upcoming polls, uploaded episodes, or just general bullshittery and memes. But definitely take care of yourselves. Be careful where you choose to nap, lest any vines come crawling in. I'll see you in the next one. I actually just left that dude hanging there. I need to thank each and every one of my patrons for allowing me to eat in the dungeon that is my channel, and see the sun once in a while. So, if you would also like to join the search party in case I ever go missing, consider joining on as well, and be beside Sal, AgesTR, Ducky26, Guado, Kite, Reds Racer, Ultra Pouring, Wolfie Sensei, Zoog, and everyone else.